But trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we? If it's truly what we want, then we really can get away from it all. No more magazines and Netflix shows. We really can live a normal life. Yes, I'm sure you agree, darling. We can be the people we talked about being, with no more worries about how we look or the image we project to people. What matters is what we have on the inside.
Hello? Welcome to my home. Well, it's not my home, it's a set actually, but welcome to my set. You know, it's actually so funny that you keep calling me Meghan Markle. I'm Sussex now. I take these and we're gonna take them out of the box.
So there she was, sitting in her Montecito mansion, probably sipping organic matcha from a $300 artisanal mug when the news hit. Meghan Markle's AS EVER brand, the one that used to be called American Riviera Orchard before Trademark lawyers had a field day, just got shelved harder than a discontinued Ikea bookcase. And apparently the reviewers said it was more tone deaf than a royal speech, which is saying something because have you heard royal speeches lately? But here's the kicker. She's not just any regular person getting roasted by reviewers. She's literally someone who escaped the royal family specifically because she couldn't handle the tone-deaf lifestyle, only to create something that reviewers are calling even more tone-deaf than the institution she fled from. You can't make this stuff up, people. It's like quitting McDonald's because you hate the food and then opening a restaurant that serves even worse burgers.
Now, there is no doubt about it that Meghan Markle's viral video created a new negative wave of backlash against her that resulted in many other studios actually deciding to put any kind of affiliation with her either to a halt or firing her directly. That's exactly what happened with both Paramount and A24.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
Yes, took them out of the box, put them in some other packets, which seems to be Meghan's idea of cooking.
Meghan's probably sitting there with Harry, and he's looking at her like, babe, remember when we left my family because they were out of touch with regular people? And she's there like, yeah, about that. Because nothing says I understand the common person like launching a lifestyle brand that sells $50 strawberry jam to people who are struggling to pay rent. The audacity is almost impressive. But here's where it gets really spicy. The brand wasn't even called AS EVER originally. Oh no, that would be too simple. First, she called it American Riviera Orchard, which sounds like what happens when you ask AI to generate the most pretentious brand name possible. Then the trademark office basically said, ma'am, this is a Wendy's, and rejected her application for having too many irregularities.
Come back by changing our brand.
All right, and I do see you're in our database, but you didn't first get help at this Cumhammer location?
No, my wife went to one in California as a child.
Ah, okay, then you must be in the national system. Oh yeah, is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me.
Okay, I see, and then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the royal prince, millionaire, world traveler, victim.
So what does she do? She rebrands to AS EVER, which, according to her, means as it's always been. Now, if you've been following Meghan's journey, you know that as it's always been for her includes complaining about royal protocol while simultaneously trying to monetize her royal connection. It's giving major I'm not like other girls energy, except the other girls in this case are actual royalty, who she's constantly comparing herself to. The woman literally said in interviews that she researched Harry before their first date by Googling him, but apparently didn't think to research trademark law before launching a lifestyle empire. That's some selective research skills right there. It's like studying for a test by only reading the chapter titles and then wondering why you failed.
Could it be a mystery for the ages?
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
But wait, watch this. Amazing, right? This might be the smallest palace I've ever been in.
An apartment, so.
Yes, an apartment palace, I know that.
And can we talk about the timing? She launches this rebrand right as her Netflix cooking show, With Love Meghan, is about to premiere, thinking she's about to become the next Martha Stewart. But plot twist, the show gets delayed because of the LA fires, and instead of sympathy, People are wondering why someone who left royal duties to help people is focused on selling overpriced lifestyle products during a literal crisis. The optics are so bad, they make Prince Andrew's BBC interview look like a masterclass in public relations. But the real comedy gold is in the details. This woman, who complained about royal protocol being too restrictive, created a brand that requires you to sign up for a waitlist just to buy jam. Jam, people. She's gatekeeping fruit preserves like they're limited edition sneakers. That's not exclusivity, that's just making grocery shopping unnecessarily complicated.
If you think about it, Meghan got everything she wanted. She got the husband, she got the children, she got the HRH, she got everything that allowed her to rise up and have that global recognition that we know how badly she wanted that.
Elon built electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Harry's probably somewhere in their Montecito mansion having an existential crisis. He gave up his military titles, his royal duties, and his relationship with his family so his wife could create a more exclusive version of Williams-Sonoma. That's like trading in a Ferrari for a bicycle and then realizing the bicycle doesn't even have working brakes. The man went from cutting ribbons at royal events to cutting strawberries for Instagram content. And speaking of Instagram, let's discuss the marketing strategy. She posted one mysterious video of her hands arranging flowers in what looked like a Pinterest fever dream, and somehow expected that to launch a lifestyle empire. No product information, no pricing, no actual content, just vibes and calligraphy fonts. It's giving trust me bro energy, but make it aesthetic.
Meghan, you have a very privileged life.
Yeah.
We all get it. You're beautiful. You married a prince, but that's literally all you've done when it comes to your accomplishments.
Right.
The funniest part? Industry experts are saying her brand lacks authenticity, which is hilarious because authenticity has never really been her strong suit. This is someone who went from saying she knew nothing about the royal family to writing tell-all books about royal family secrets faster than you can say Oprah interview. She's been authentically inconsistent, and somehow that's become her brand.
You look lovely.
Thank you, so do you.
Before we get into it,
But here's what really gets me. The reviewers didn't just say it was bad, they said it was more tone deaf than a royal speech. Do you understand how spectacularly you have to fail to achieve that comparison? That's like being called more dramatic than a reality television show or more confusing than Ikea assembly instructions. You've reached legendary status in the worst possible way. Now, she's probably in damage control mode, having emergency meetings with her PR team. How do we spin this? Should we blame the royal family somehow? Can we make this about privacy again? What if we say the reviewers are racist? Meanwhile, the royal family is probably having tea and reading these reviews like they're the morning comics section. Prince William's probably like, finally, someone else is the tone-deaf one in the headlines. And you know what's really wild? She spent years positioning herself as this relatable, down-to-earth person who understood regular struggles, only to launch a brand that screams, I haven't grocery shopped in a decade. It's like when celebrities try to relate to fans by talking about their struggles while sitting in their $20 million homes. The disconnect is so obvious, it hurts. The brand consultants she hired are probably updating their LinkedIn profiles right now. Professional experience. Helped rebrand American Riviera Orchard to As Ever. Results. Brand shelved for being more tone-deaf than a constitutional monarchy. Skills include making aristocracy seem relatable by comparison. But let's be real, this was always going to happen. You can't spend 3 years telling everyone how out of touch the royal family is, then turn around and launch a lifestyle brand that makes royal spending look reasonable. It's like criticizing someone for being pretentious while speaking only in French quotes. The lack of self-awareness is almost artistic. Harry's probably texting his old friends like, remember when my biggest worry was which military uniform to wear to events? Now I'm Googling how to trademark jam recipes at 3 a.m. The man went from royal duties to lifestyle brand crisis management, which is somehow less dignified than ribbon-cutting ceremonies. And somewhere in Buckingham Palace, there's probably a group chat where they're absolutely losing it over these reviews. King Charles is probably forwarding articles like, look, even the Americans think we're more relatable than Meghan's jam business. It's the royal family's first PR win in years, and they didn't even have to do anything except exist. The ultimate irony is that she became everything she criticized about royal life, out of touch, exclusive, and completely disconnected from regular people's reality. Except that at least the royals inherited their weirdness. She chose hers. That's like voluntarily signing up for a job you know you'll hate and then complaining about the working conditions. But here's the question that's keeping everyone entertained. What happens next? Does she rebrand again? American Riviera Orchard to As Ever to what? Definitely not tone deaf, we promise? Or does she finally realize that maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't the brand name, it's the entire concept of someone who complained about privilege trying to sell premium lifestyle products to people dealing with inflation? The marketing team is probably having nightmares about explaining this to future clients. Well, we successfully helped rebrand a lifestyle company to be so tone deaf that reviewers compared it unfavorably to a hereditary monarchy. In our defense, that's technically memorable. And Netflix executives are somewhere having emergency meetings like, so the cooking show was supposed to promote the lifestyle brand, but now the lifestyle brand is more controversial than the royal family drama. Should we just make a documentary about how badly this went instead? The best part is that she's probably going to somehow make this about being misunderstood or facing unfair criticism, completely missing the point that launching an exclusive lifestyle brand during economic hardship while complaining about royal privilege might not be the brilliant business move she thought it was. It's giving the main character energy, but the wrong kind of main character. So there you have it. Meghan Markle managed to create something more tone deaf than the institution she spent years criticizing for being tone deaf. That's not just failure. That's failure with style points. As ever, indeed. As in, as ever, the lack of self-awareness remains impressively consistent. And honestly, maybe getting shelved is the best thing that could happen to AS ever. Sometimes the market speaks loudly enough that even the most determined entrepreneur has to listen. The moral of the story? You can leave the palace, but apparently you can't leave the tone deafness behind. And that, friends, is how a lifestyle brand becomes a cautionary tale about the importance of reading the room, something she never quite mastered, whether in royal settings or retail ones.